like to welcome y'all back. This is Michael Thompson from tvpainter.com. I have some videos that I'm putting out that I want to help you with, and with your painting and stuff, and answer some questions that people have asked me. But I wanted to demonstrate a few things for you that make it a little easier for people who don't know anything about painting. So in some other videos I introduced the materials that I used, and I'm not going to go back over that now, but you can see that in some other episodes that I have in these techniques videos. But right now I've got out a couple of colors. I've got phthalo blue and some titanium white, and I'm going to do like a little sky right here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the phthalo blue for the background of the sky, and I'm going to place it on here. Now we've already put some base white medium on here, and I'm going to be releasing some of that. It's called Michael's Base Coat Medium, and we will look for that in the future. But right now let's go ahead and use a fan brush and paint a background of the sky. Now I'm just going to load some of that into the fan brush. This is a small canvas, it's not very large, so you don't have to use a big brush to do this with, but very nice color. Let's just paint in something. Notice how when I just do something simple like that, it gets lighter down here, which is important to a landscape painting in some situations. So we'll just paint that nice blue in right there. And this is a canvas board. It's about 11 by 14, but I thought it would be sufficient to do some of this type of painting with. And I'm just going to run through something very simple. This is for people who have never painted before and would like to paint. This would be a good idea. Or if you're new to the tools and painted just a few times, this would work really well for that too. I'm going to put just like a little bit of a dark thing right there. And I'm just going back and forth. You can throw in little wiggles and things like that, but there's some dark areas like right in here, and you don't want to destroy all that in the sky. I kind of like those. You can make the sky flat color if you want to, but I think it just makes it look like the light plays around inside of it, and it gives a nice effect. Things bouncing around in there. So let's just take a little bit more of that blue and put up here in the corner. Just kind of draw things to the center of the painting, and we'll see where that goes to. So we'll go from there. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to use a filbert brush. Now this filbert brush is a little bent, but it's where it's not been stored properly, which is my fault, but it can still be used. We'll get it back in shape. It's a number 6 filbert. I'm going to go into some of the titanium white and add just a little drop of blue just to kind of soften. It's going to pick up some of that blue in it, but let's go ahead and just come up here to the, and I've got a fair amount of paint on that brush, as you can see, all the paint that's on it, and I'm just going to go right up here, and I'm going to just do like little circles and drag that brush around just like this right here. We'll flip it over and get that other side. But it picks up that blue fairly well. Grab some more. And you can do clouds just that simple. Now what I'm going to do next, let's lay that down, and I'm going to grab the brush that I was doing the sky with and load it up with some white, and I'm going to just go up to the canvas right here, and I can do the same thing. See how I'm just creating some clouds that way? See, I can create clouds like that too. Now these clouds are not done, but this is the basic shape of them. So I can just create clouds by using the corner of the fan brush. Just like that. Just take the brush, go up here, and just do circles. See there? And you can take that, or we can take a 1-inch brush. Well, let's just use this 2-inch brush right here since we got it going. I'm going to just tap into the titanium white, and you can go into it and just tap in clouds like this right here. See that? So I've got like 3 different clouds going, and I'm tapping like I would probably put grass highlights or create the grass, but you can create beautiful clouds that way. So let's just make some clouds come right down through there, which I like this technique because the clouds look like they're just in layers, and we'll work with that. So we've got clouds right there. Now you can create clouds with anything, like even the knife. So I've got those started. Now let me go into the palette knife, and I'm using a number 10 palette knife here. And I'm going to load some paint onto it like that, just cutting a roll across. And let's say right over in here that we want some different clouds and things. So look at that. So I'm just squiggling that around. See that? And these can make some beautiful and some lazy clouds that come right in through there. See all that? Now, say we got all those, so we learned how to do them with a filbert, with the fan brush, with a 2-inch brush, and with a palette knife. So we've got different clouds right there. That's just kind of an idea. The key to this is just feel comfortable, loose. Don't tense up. Don't hold the brush like you're going to kill it. Just let it flow. Just relax. Let those just do small circles. You can do them this way, that way, whichever way you prefer. But just relax. Let the canvas pull the paint off the brush that it wants. Like this is thick paint right here where the knife is, but that's the knife's technique, is to give that texture. So the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm going to wipe some of this excess paint out of the 2-inch brush. So let me get some of that paint out. This will help me blend these clouds better without destroying what I've got. So let me go ahead and get that. So I've got just a little bit on there, but it's just stained into the bristles. It's not going to hurt anything. But now this brush is fantastic for blending. So if I take the tip of the brush, see how I'm doing that? Just the tip of it, and work around. Now look, I don't want to go to this top edge right here. I want to stay away from that. Just blend the base of this, and see this right here, look, just a little bit right there. You just want to, these clouds just fluff up a little bit on these clouds that I did with the knife. And the same with these. I'm not blending with the whole brush, it's just the top part of the brush. I'm just blending with the top part of the brush is all that I'm blending with. These right here just simply fluff up. Anytime you just tap them on there, if I were to blend these, I would destroy all the detail of that. So what I want to do is just fluff it up and gently go across to remove any of the straight up brush strokes. See this? Just like that. Got it into play. See that? So we got all those clouds happening. We created a nice little sky, just that simple. You've got all kinds of little clouds. Now one beautiful thing about making clouds is you can go back and create different planes in the clouds. Like I've got some of this paint on there. I just loaded up a chunk of that white paint, and I want to go back in here and create another dimension. I can just go in here and add a layer just like this right here. Maybe I need to put some right over here. Okay, now let's get the knife out. I enjoyed that. I want to make it a little more texture right in here. Let's say, see all this? Look, let's just make some nice clouds. And you can see one of my paintings, I did a seascape that has got some, I did the clouds with a knife, and man, they turned out fantastic. You know, I was just like, and it's something you can't duplicate to make it identical to that. It just happened, you know, with the colors that was going on with the canvas and things like that. So I'm wiping out my brush right now, get it back up here. And Let's just fluff these up just a little bit. See there? Go over them just a tad. And we can blend this one down a little bit. Blend it into the sky. Just like that. And softly go from left to right. And I think we got a nice looking cloud right there. What do you think? A nice little group of clouds. Let's see if we can kind of zoom in on those and see if we can let you see kind of what they look like up close. See there? It's got this cloud right in here. You can see the texture on it, and the distance where this blue's light in the background gives that distance of depth. So that really helps out a lot. Now, one other thing that, I mean, we can do all kinds of things with this, but one other thing that we can do is play with the shadows in the painting. So I'm going to grab a little bit of that blue in with the on the filbert brush, and I'm just going to tap in some dark. Look, I'm just tapping in some dark spaces right here, and I want these are going to be like shadows in the clouds. So these will play a real nice role in the giving the cloud a lot more depth than it has right now, which it's pretty good right now. You can leave it the way it is, but let's take it a step farther and see what we can come up with. Just see what we can create. Okay, now we've got that up there. Remember, I'm going to wipe my brush out again just to make sure it don't have too much paint into it. We don't want it to destroy anything. Right here, I'm going to just take the corner of that brush and just kind of soften that little brush stroke up without doing anything else. So just pull that up, fluff it up, or you can go in here and just do a little tiny circle within that cloud and then fluff it up, and you create all these little layers and shadows inside the cloud now that it has that it gives it a lot more depth inside of it, and that's what we was looking for. So yay for us. And just that simple, we got it. So we'll get this one right here all fixed up. And I just used the same blue color that's in the sky already, but I just used it a little darker, and it helped create some of those areas to make it work out better. So let's just add a little bit more blue right in here. Maybe this is all just a darker cloud right in there. Let's work that out. Just blend that. See how that just blends right on down, and we can create a whole nother cloud right there. Let's just pull that up. See how you can create another plane? I'm just barely touching this canvas. It looks like I'm roughing it up, but I'm just barely grazing that canvas. So just that simple, you can create like a shadow in the cloud and make all kinds of things happen, and we could put them all around these clouds and stuff. But this cloud looks like it's in front of it. It's brighter, it's more crisp in the texture, and so I think it looks like it's in front. That's what it's about: texture, shadows, things like that, to make it look like the clouds are in front of different clouds. So I think that's a pretty good lesson.